Hi, guys, and welcome back to episode number 79 of the Couch on Ice podcast. I'm your host, Rhylan, bottom square. Top left, we got Jordan. On the right, we got Chase. Oh, you can't see my thumb, but Chase right there. How's it going today, boys?
What up, what up?
Well, she's going, buddy. How about you?
She's going. How's your week? How's the hockey? Pretty intense.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Been a whirlwind.
Entertaining.
A lot of Leaf fans
no
crying
doubt,
about
man.
nothing on Twitter.
Well,
this is getting pretty intense.
It's getting real intense. We got some games to talk about for sure. That like Blues Rangers game. Oh boy, do I got some stuff on them. Chase has got some Kings Dallas feistiness and some Lemieux
that
just
whole
sucker
West
punching
side,
everyone.
That whole West Side has not cleared up at all. It's just gotten muddier and muddier.
It's getting worse. Like for every team that's in the mix there, it's getting worse. It's so close, and everyone wants it seemingly. It's gonna be fun. Man. I'm so happy that my team's in the East, and I can just sit back and enjoy this as a hockey fan. Because oh boy, it was fun yesterday.
Yeah, I'm with you kind of, and we're technically in the race. Like I'm happy that there's like this big gap. We don't have to be like, oh yeah,
and there's no pressure.
I'm not even feeling disappointed about missing the playoffs because like not even close enough to really be in the conversation.
Well, exactly. Like Jordan, how blessed do you feel for this season, the Capitals to be kind of rough?
Yeah, right. Like
like
good enough start.
The East has been so good for so long that it's just we've been waiting for a team to drop out. Now there's literally just 8. All of them make playoffs.
What a
time
with Columbus and Detroit.
What a perfect time for the Islanders and Philly to just fall off.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, it's just perfect for everyone else in the East, like the Rangers.
Both of those teams I just mentioned, Islanders, Philly, 3-5 and 2 in the last 10.
Ouch. What was that, Jordan?
I said just a saving grace for us.
Yeah, no kidding. Saving grace for a lot of
people.
No,
Columbus ain't going to be ahead of the Wings for very long. Screw that, boys. We're going to come back. They're going to start sucking and lose like 9,000 games again. This is their high point.
This is definitely Columbus's high point, like without question.
Yeah, like line is hot, and that's when he's hot, he's scorching.
More than he's scorching hot. This is like the best line we've seen since Winnipeg. Like that month where he scored like 18 goals and then never scored again. But big games. Should we dive into some of the less eventful games, Jordan? Throw it to you.
Yeah. Let's this has been, like I said, this is entertaining. If we want to talk entertainment, let's talk Winnipeg and Montreal. Wow. What the hell happened? The game finished 8-4. The Jets fend off a Montreal comeback. Crazy stat. The Jets are the first team in NHL history to blow a 4-goal lead, yet still end up winning the game by 4 goals. They're also the first team ever to score 4 straight, then allow 4 straight, and then score 4 straight again. What the fuck?
That's insane.
Wow,
simply what the hell happened?
I don't know. This team, man. Like, I just both of these teams, like Montreal, like whatever, like letting in 4 goals after coming back is like, I'm not that shocked.
And them coming back is awesome, right? But then to get 4 more going in,
Winnipeg,
especially
never cease to disappoint.
Yeah,
us hockey fans
just acting like they can be a team every decent while. They've been actually fairly weirdly good recently, but
still,
8 goals.
I
see that going.
Man, this team, I can't with this team. Every week it's a new team. Every week with Winnipeg. Yeah. I can't with it.
So that was definitely the entertaining game for me.
Especially with can I quickly add 2 comments of Scheifele and Evans were flaring high.
True.
Oh my god. There is talks about fights. Scheifele, I'll fight him if he wants. It was, we thought, I'm not surprised, obviously, with that hit in the playoffs of Scheifele being suspended but
and then Scheifele ends up fighting a guy who wasn't even there for the playoffs.
Yeah. Like, this is the most intense non-playoff team matchup I've seen in a while, seemingly. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think both teams will make playoffs at all. And, wow, entertainment. That's all you need.
Yep.
Yeah.
The next one that I got is the Devils and the Canucks. The Devils thrashed the Canucks 7-2.
Yeah, this was a fun game. The Hughes versus Hughes.
I have another good stat for you. Yaroslav Halak went 6 goals on 14 shots.
Yeah, that's so bad.
He has been pulled in back-to-back starts. He has allowed 11 goals on the last 26 shots he's faced.
Yeah, he
has a 3.42 against average and an 8.83 save percentage in 12 games this season.
Yeah, this is
in his last 3 games. Yaroslav Halak has a .649 save percentage.
Have you guys seen the meme where it's someone drawing a horse and the back half of the horse where you start is beautifully drawn, and then the back half is like drawn by like a 6-month-old? Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah,
that's Vancouver's goaltending.
Well, yeah, like, it's not Demko.
No, that's their goaltending. Demko is the back half of the horse. Halak is the 6-month-old of the horse.
Oh, I see.
This is like when you said, I don't remember how many podcasts ago, but you brought up Halak not playing again in the NHL. I know it was an overreaction to make a point, which is exactly a great point you made. Clearly, that this guy's not good enough for next year to get a contract. I didn't think
he proved it.
I didn't think he's this bad at this point, right? Like, did you say a .883 save percentage
on the season?
Season?
And he's in 12 games. That is.
That's unacceptable.
3 games, a .649 save percentage.
Yeah, no, that's not good enough. Like, I almost want DiPietro playing games over Halak.
Yeah, but I would.
I don't know, man.
It's definitely why
the guy got pulled in back-to-back starts. That is how bad. You cannot trust him.
Yeah, it's like Demko stands on his head for you, and he can't even have a day off. Like, he's not allowed with this goalie. That's the bad part of it. So, yeah, I think another team. Add him to the list of a team who needs another goalie. Apparently,
yeah.
It's a lot I would choose over Halak, that's for sure.
Yeah, you ain't moving him now. Nobody's like taking him for any reason.
In this particular game, Yaroslav Halak finished with a .571 save percentage and a negative 4.42 goals above expected.
Ouch. Ouch. Oh boy, at least his contract's up next year, man. Like, you don't have to trade it. Like, you can totally eat that for the rest of the year. It's not the end of the world.
Oh, yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, really.
It don't matter. But I still think
other than possibly a playoff spot.
Honestly, like, Stalock was just traded this morning for future considerations. I wonder if they should have done that.
Buy him out.
Yeah, just wait. Like, it's 4 months.
Right? Like,
it's 4 months. Just get, hopefully you're out of
it just sucks that they're actually, like, in a playoff race.
Yeah,
they are in the playoff race. They're only.
That's why I think you just need a goalie for a backup.
Yeah,
3 wins.
Because Demko is solid.
Demko's amazing.
Just giving him a break and allowing him that opportunity would be
just a guy to play one game a week, maybe tops. 2 games every 2 weeks.
Be back.
Yeah, honestly, I think they should have kept him.
One thing I'll say for the Devils though was Bratt looked fantastic
Again,
he is going to be an absolute stud in this league.
Yeah, I can't wait until he's not their best player on the team. Like, guys, wake up! Right? Hey, I know Heischer does a lot of things that like aren't
Jack Hughes
mind blowing. He's more of a defensive guy, but geez, Louise, like
this
Jack
team
Hughes and Nico Heischer need to actually be the best players on this team and
this team
put their stamps down.
Because
Jesper Bratt's been their best player for a full year.
Yeah, absolutely, maybe 2.
Might be 2. It actually might be
2 or 3 years.
Because I guess injuries with Heischer and stuff that doesn't really give you much confidence to say he's been carrying the load perfectly the whole time.
No, and he hasn't. Like, I mean, we've had this discussion. I questioned whether he should have been captained right away because of the image of Hughes in the market. And, like, I know there's more to a captainship than market, and I'm not in the dressing room. I understand that. But it was just seemed slightly premature. I wasn't hating on Heischer getting the C. He hadn't proved anything when he got it. When he got the contract, when he got the C, he really hadn't proved anything other than the first overall pick. Which lots of players, in fact, every player every year, someone gets that title. So, do I think he's been better? Yes, way better. He's such a good two-way player. He does such a lot of little things right. He's progressing. Yeah. But I agree with you. This team's just not good enough, and there's a lot with this team.
Yeah, nobody stepped up this year. Like,
if I'm being honest, we could go on this team for a while.
One player in my mind has stepped up, and that's Doss.
Nico Doss has been great.
Nico Dawson has been.
Yeah, well, John Gillies was having.
Is it him and John Gillies that have been?
Well, Blackwood's so Bernier is out for the season with an injury, and Blackwood is undetermined time of injury. He's got something pretty. They don't know how severe it is even, so he could be back before the season. But they might be looking to trade for a goalie. They said. New Jersey, just to play games.
This is just
Gillies has played like 10.
Like, man, they're just nobody's healthy. Bernier going down, Blackwood hurt. Like, you have to trade for a goalie because, like, what do you do? Like,
it's a really unfortunate season. Yeah, Dougie Hamilton getting hurt for an extended period of time. Obviously, Jack Hughes being out for a fairly extended period of time. Yeah. Both their goalies. This has just been a nightmare season for the Devils.
It's interesting that they had that matchup against Columbus because those two teams have been kind of heating up. Well, Columbus was hot, the Devils have been playing pretty damn good, beating the Pittsburgh Penguins not so long ago.
They're playing good hockey.
Beating Vancouver,
the Devils. Yeah, exactly. They're playing fast, which I like. This team is going to be good, and I'm all for this team being bad because I think they need another offensive kick.
I can't say that what I said was 100% true because it's not like players haven't stepped up, but the right players haven't stepped up.
I know what you're saying.
T-shirt and
you expected
Hughes, like they have to be that kind of star-studded guy, and if you're Mercer and these guys step up like this, it's perfect. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't really help when your mainstay centermen are not really truly carrying the load, and the defense has been weirdly not as good as we thought it would. Well, is it? It's just goaltending. You got no goalie.
It's pretty much been goalies.
And you can't consistently play a goalie all year. You're not even sure you're gonna play next week.
Well, and like I said,
it's tough to deal with.
Dougie's out half the games they've played. He's been out for pretty much.
Yeah.
Damon Severson is a very spotty player. He's had a good past couple weeks. I understand him and Siegenthaler, but like he's pretty spotty. Subban's not Subban anymore.
No.
He isn't. And unfortunately, everyone's like, what are they going to do with Subban? Well, trade him for what you can. At 50% retained.
Exactly.
Anything you can get for him, get for him. But if you don't, then you let him walk. Like, that's just how it goes with him.
Subban going to Seattle.
Yeah.
I like him going to Seattle.
Why not? I don't mind that. Or I don't hate Toronto.
It'd be a great face for their team.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Something you can't take away from PK.
Third line, right D, but they got Labushkin as the issue now, so I don't know. It's a lot of money too, obviously. But I think we move off the Devils. Do you got any more for us, Jordan?
Yeah, I've got the Leafs in Washington, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is
another game where Washington starts Sammy goes 7 for 10 on shots. He gets pulled. Vanacek goes in and naturally he does great.
Yeah, you guys cannot pick a starting goalie.
No.
Like, nobody's hot when you pick them. I think you guys should. Okay, we're picking Samsonov tonight? Yep, 100%. Okay, go Vanacek. And then opposite for the other times. Like, they're never ready when you say they need to be ready.
A sad stat I've got is Washington has not won a home game since January 22nd.
Ooh, that's rough. That's a whole month.
That's over a month.
Yeah. That's not good. Worth noting, I mentioned it to Jordan before the pod, but Capitals GM reconsidering approach to the deadline after their skid of late. So, sound like they were going to be heavy buyers. Yep, he's reconsidering. That doesn't mean anything. He could still go. He's just thinking more about it because of the slump, understandably.
Which I can definitely
right now, they're probably the worst playoff team in the East. Fair to say.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I get it being a little sketched.
Yeah, but like we said last pod, like they haven't been healthy all year, so
no,
like,
absolutely.
I don't know if you can judge the team fully yet. I'd be worried, definitely.
It is
going in, but like they have to play good now.
Yeah,
especially going into this deadline, I'd imagine that simply just getting bodies might be something that's important, especially on very cheap contracts for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think we want to play a half Hershey Bears team in the playoffs like we have been all season.
No, I get that. I wonder if this just means like we were really considering moving our first for a big name, and now we're looking at a tier below or tier 2 tiers below or something. Like they're not looking to blow out their prospects or their picks.
It could mean anything because I have no idea what their plan was initially anyway. No one
knows. I think they were gonna buy. It's based. The only thing I heard was they were looking at it, and so
what I heard,
a contender
and a goalie obviously was a big
like what I heard is that they were willing to like pretty much go like real deep in like trading first round picks and stuff.
Marc-Andre Fleury, which doesn't shock me.
Yeah,
why wouldn't you?
Fortunately,
I was actually thinking about a Schultz for Holtby. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, one, do you feel like you want and need Schultz? Are you going to re-sign Schultz? And would it?
I don't
like.
Think
it's kind of a dumb deal because like there's no real point to doing
have him in the playoffs. I think we would really miss him in the playoffs.
That's what I said. I said I want to see him in the playoffs. Like, I know he's not playing great this year, but like I want to see Schultz in the playoffs, not just pretend he's not worth it anymore, sort of thing.
Yeah, but I do like obviously bringing back Holtby. I think would be an excellent addition, especially.
I think
even more so if we could keep both of our goalies now and bring in Holtby.
Yeah, I think that's the best.
Impossible.
Yeah, if you can get Holtby cheap, then that's the only way. But I'm thinking
rental, I would be fine with Holtby for a playoff run as a rental because if we get Holtby hot, it happened in 2018. We saw what happened, right?
Yeah.
And if we don't, then we have two other goalies that are just as inconsistent. So let's run it.
I wonder.
Yeah, the only reason I bring that up is because then you can like trade for a defenseman. Hey, like you trade Schultz for a Holtby or whatever, and say Klingberg gets moved or whatever the hell they do, and then you guys got an extra $2 million here. You can go like a guy that I'm really eyeing up for your team is that Carson Soucy on Seattle.
That's not a bad joke.
Because he's a lefty and he can definitely play behind Orlov playing that third line with like, well, Schultz. Nick Jensen wouldn't be the guy. It would be who would it be? Like Schultz. Trevor Van Riemsdyk or something? Because
Schultz or Jensen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That would be you'd have to trade Schultz to make room.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So yeah, it's kind of a dicey situation. Like I said originally, I think the best idea is not to do anything with this team. Like I really don't think you should do almost anything. You should almost sell.
Yes, I like
sell
selling.
A couple guys. And
I like a mini sell. Like I'm not like a kill your team, but like just some guys who are kind of dead weight that you could get anything for sounds pretty good to.
Yeah.
Revamp your team for next year.
I would love to move Phoenix Copley and Michael Kempney. Those are two guys that are eating money and not playing.
Yeah, exactly. Like those are two guys that can just be moved.
Move those two guys, and we have a little over $3 million in cap space saved.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm really interested to see what they do because they could do more of a future-ish move, like get a guy, like I said, with like a Soucy that's got at least a year on the contract or something. Nothing that's groundbreaking, but could help.
Absolutely. So, anyways,
it's hard to
the final thing I have, one small thing is the Bruins smashed the Kings 7-0. That's LA's worst loss since 2009.
Ooh, wow.
Holy.
I thought that was quite interesting.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that was an intense game. The old
DeBrusque hat trick. Yeah.
Mad Hattie's in the
last beach ball at the start.
No kidding. Yeah. Definitely.
Mikey Anderson was going tape to tape with Jake DeBrusk. It was like, wow.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. No, what a game.
We even had a 5-on-3 power play and did nothing with it.
Oh, yeah, really, rough.
Quite simply, it was a bad game from the Kings.
Very, very rough time from them. Worth noting on Jake DeBrusk too. His agent came out saying he's willing to sign an extension if it helps facilitate a trade. So he still wants out.
Yeah, $1 million for 4 years. For fucking 2 first-round picks right now.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. But so obviously, just waiting to see what that. What does DeBrusk contract look like to you guys? I think we take like a minute on this or so.
Probably it'd have to be a bridge, certainly.
I'd say the same amount. I wouldn't give him any more than what he's making.
Yeah. Would you give him a little more? Would you give him like 4 for like 2-3 years? Like $4 million? It's not much, obviously, the difference. Just
if I'm a team that doesn't have to worry about cap issues, yeah.
Yeah. If I'm like a Nashville, yeah.
But yeah,
it's a team that's in the normal cap strongness, then probably not. Maybe 3-5.
Yeah. It's just interesting. I'm just curious about what this could be because, like, I wouldn't be surprised he signs an extension and then trade.
I would give him a bridge deal personally.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking at like $4 million, 2 years. Isn't that crazy? He's playing good hockey for the most part this year. Like he doesn't get. I don't think he gets a fair shake half the time. He's gotten one lately and he's scoring. That's enough for me to give him 4 for 2 years. $4 million is nothing.
Yeah, he's even definitely not a first-line player.
If I'm Pittsburgh, I would probably trade for him at $4 million for 2 years to play with Malkin or Crosby. I think that sounds great. Based on where we're at, more cap team. So just where I'm at personally. But let's move on. Chase, I'll throw it to you. What do you got for your groups?
Well,
do you got anything for it?
What I got is the Mangiapane. He's got like all the goals, buddy. I think he's got like 28 or something dumb right now. 9 goals in the last 14, 7 goals in the last 9.
Streak,
guy's on fire,
man. I love this guy.
So nice to see him getting back to it. I was a little worried about getting to this mark, but he did so.
Yes, he did.
So I wonder how he'll do for the rest of the season. This guy's going to score 30 goals
in the playoffs because he seems like he could be that kind of guy.
Oh, well, they got 3 lines now. Like they got 2 second lines. They got Monahan, Toffoli, and was it Lucic on the wing or whatever?
I think so, yeah.
On that third line, and then you got Backlund, Coleman, and Mangiapane. Like those are 2 fantastic middle 6 lines. And it's not even your best line. Like there you go.
Exactly.
I think your first line's getting over a point per game. Yeah. These guys are plus 40s. I don't know. We should give the old Hart, the old MVP to Goudreau here because this is pretty fantastic. When he's really good, man, this team is really good. So like, true. I don't know. Does it not like clearly answer what the hell's going on here? Like all these other guys have another guy that always does something just miraculous for them on another line. You know, another line. That's the thing. Like.
Well, and he also has Elias Lindholm. It's
Lindholm's been stupid good this year.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely worth
buddy.
The kind of season Elias Lindholm is having. He's tied the franchise record with an 8-game goal streak. Like he's certainly been the best Flame, if not of. It'd be hard to say of the year. But it definitely, I would say, of February. He was undeniably the best Flame in February.
I'm actually not against saying he's been the best Flame. What he's done at moving at center. That's why I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you in the fact there's an argument for it where I don't disagree with someone saying Lindholm's been the best Flame because of what he's been able to do, fully transitioning into a center, a number 1 center, that is, too.
Yep.
I get it. He's playing with great wingers too, but he seems to be facilitating a lot of the plays going through, especially through the middle and getting the puck on the defensive zone.
He's so smart.
He's just amazing.
So happy he's dope.
Yep, absolutely.
The Devils apparently have won 12 in a row over the Canucks.
Wow. That's crazy.
12 in a row.
No wonder they want Zaka. Or, yeah.
Yeah, they want Zaka. Yeah, that's a dumb deal. What the hell was that?
I want, like, so for, like, Besser or something?
It was like Besser.
Zaka for, like, Besser.
Garland or something for... Like, why do you want just trading a right-handed forward for a left-handed forward? Like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Because he can play center, maybe, Chase. I understand trading. Yeah, we'll talk.
Already have a left-handed Pod Colson on the right side, so I don't know why you would ever continue to get more left-handed players. Another thing I wanted to bring up was the thing we didn't bring up last pod, the old Stadium Series game. Boy,
took an L on that one. Couple games. Awesome. I know we didn't like. I didn't watch a lot
liked how Nashville rode up to the fucking Stadium Series games. They were looking pretty dapper.
Yeah, everybody was just fly as hell, wearing sick jackets and stuff. Like Tanner Jeannot had like a grain elevator on his jacket.
Oh my crap! While you're on Jeannot for a second, I was watching TNT yesterday. I was watching games, and they were interviewing him, the panel, and Gretz is on the panel last night. I've never seen a player almost shit himself in an interview so much. Like, he seems so nervous because Gretz was asking him questions and stuff. Like, it was the coolest thing, like, just as a hockey fan, to see, like, this guy was undrafted. He probably didn't have the training that a lot of these guys had, like, media training, because they get severe media training when they're coming up as prospects and into the NHL. He didn't get that as much. Yeah, he didn't get that as much being undrafted. He got some, I understand that, but I'm saying as much as others. So it's just cool
because
to
literally
see
when you're drafted, you get media training for that.
Yeah, exactly. So he got less. It's just cool to see a genuine like reaction of fear of him talking to someone iconic as that, and not knowing who Rick Tocchet is the funniest thing I've ever seen. He had no idea who Rick Tocchet was as a player. Not a clue. And they're like, oh, you play a lot like Talk. He's like, I've never seen him play. So, super funny. I just wanted to chat about him. I love Not So Gene.
Yeah, the old Saskatchewan boy. Not Gene. Yep. Just lighting it up.
He doing it for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Like a Saskatchewan boy, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was doing so many interviews. I heard him on like everything 3 different things. I was like,
I want to talk to the guy, especially with how the interviews have been going. They're pretty good. Obviously, they're authentic. Like Rhylan said, they're genuine and they're authentic. And the kid is playing awesome hockey, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Like he's guy scored manning his own line. He's literally manning his own line with Sissons and Trennan.
Scored a goal in that game. It was pretty awesome. So the opening goal in the old Stadium Series, that was such a sick spectacle, man. Like I love how they had all that stuff around the ice. Like it was perfectly set up. Like it looks so awesome. I enjoyed like everything that was going on. The jerseys, the tip of the iceberg was the jerseys. Like Vasilevsky with those lightning bolts on his blocker and his pads and stuff, man. It was just so sick.
Dressing the goalies up fantastic this year. Like
yes, they have. They've stopped that stupid rule of you have to have white pads or the outliner pads have to be white.
The pads that Dave Riddick had for the Blues,
the all black ones.
No, the like music ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, those were so fucking beautiful looking.
Oh, yeah, like music notes on them?
Dave Riddick even played in that game.
Yeah. Oh no, but you get pads, buddy. You get pads.
But he still got to look fucking absolutely sexy. Like, he looked good.
Yeah, it was weird. Saros was wearing the straight navy blue pads instead of like I obviously expected yellow, but the straight dark blue.
Yeah,
but once again,
I like it a lot. It's a small change, but it adds a little bit of creativity and flair.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Merzlikins been rolling with those baby blue pads all season. Those things are
like where's the actual jersey for those? Because like you're clearly hiding a jersey on us. If these guys wearing these pads, like where's the jersey for those pads?
There has to be something.
You're holding out on me, like for sure.
That would look that would be to die for.
But yeah, man, that would be the best.
While we're on this jersey talk, you can still talk about Stadium Series, obviously, but I'm gonna see if I can find the Penguins' new jerseys that they unveiled and show them to you. Did you guys see them by any chance?
I think I did.
Yeah, the baby blues.
Baby blues with the pens across. I'll see if I can find it. I tweeted it, so
classic.
I'll see if I can get it up while you talk about the Stadium Series.
Yeah, Tomasino though getting an assist on that. He's been looking good lately. Nice to see him lighter up. The helmets for the Tampa Bay Lightning though took it over and won this game for him. Stammer getting her done. This was his first outdoor game. Got a point in every goal because why wouldn't you if you're a Stammer? But yeah, no, it was just love the spectacle. Hate country music. Didn't listen to them sing, but I watched it because it was dope. So yeah, there's that. And other than that, no, just really, really loving this fight for the playoffs here. What else do I got? Oh yeah, the old home teams, boys. 11-5 since our last podcast.
Nice.
Lighting it up.
But that's
taking
not as good as you'd want, probably.
Oh, that's the best. That's like as good as you get. It's 6 games over 500. That's what you need. 11-5.
And here's the jersey. Here's the Pens jersey, by the way. Just found it. Took me a minute. But,
yeah.
I actually don't dislike it because I'm wearing the Pens across one right now. And I love like those old baby blues. I thought they were awesome, but I understand why people hate them.
The only thing I wish that there'd be some yellow on it. Like I'd like if maybe the white on the navy blue stripes was yellow.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like, I know why people hate these jerseys. This color can be different and ugly, and it's not Penguin colors. I get it, but exactly. I fell in love with this team during those winter classics of the blue, the navy, dark blue, and the light blue ones. Like, this is around the time where my growing love for the team was at its height.
Those Washington ones with the eagle on it are so nostalgic for me. For that
exactly. So, thought while we were on Jersey Talk, I'd throw those in the mix here. But
it's a good point.
Chase, you got any more for us?
Just want to poke at the jerseys a little bit on Nashville, just because it did look kind of strange, the Smashville part of it. Like I don't understand why they didn't make it smaller or skinnier or something.
Size
so then
of
it's
letters?
like actually just so then it's you can see the yellow around it and everything, because it's just the S and the whole thing goes to the top. I don't know. I don't understand it. Doesn't mesh well.
I don't like it.
I love the dark blue. I love the dark. They looked fine, like from watching standpoint, and the helmets were just 100%. Like I don't know why we don't do shit with our helmets, but we don't do shit with our helmets. And that was the coolest shit in the world, having the Tampa Bay Lightning logo on the helmet.
At least we finally have advertisement on logos. Like I haven't noticed those. Like I've noticed those once this year, advertisements on helmets. And I remember the old hockey fans were like, "Oh, this is gonna ruin the integrity of the game." It's like
we're gonna be like the NBA.
It's a little sticker of a bank on a helmet. Who cares? Like who cares? It's not like Finland or whatever. Like having
the Saint Rogul. The Saint Rogul winning the Champions League with a big yellow.
This is an F1. This is an F1 where the whole car has every different brand you can get on it. Like,
though I do love European hockey with all those. We just got like painted ice. It's so sick.
The ice is fine.
Pain in the ass.
I just don't like the jerseys. They bother me so much.
I only like it because you see it and you're like, oh yeah, that's Europe.
Yeah, I guess. Right? But if they bring, that's the issue. If they bring that over. Yeah.
I don't like the look. I just like that, you see that and you're like, okay, that's Europe.
I used to always think when World Juniors was happening, you know how a lot of countries have like a big tape thing on their helmet, like a white with their language on it. I used to think that was like their name tags because they didn't have enough room on the jersey. So they put it on their helmet.
The helmet. Oh, that's brilliant.
And I never knew. That's just ads. It's more ads. So
nice.
Anyways, off of European hockey. Chase, you got any other games you want to bring up?
No. That's all I got for this one. I guess I could go deep into a game if you want, or what?
Let me jump into my quick rips and then we'll get deeper in a game. And let's start off with a bit of rookie action and rookie race action from the forwards. Start with Anaheim-Boston game. 4-3 win for the Anaheim Ducks. And why is this the rookie game? Because with 20 seconds left, Trevor Zegras scores an absolute snipe to win the game. And what did Raymond, the other superstar young forward Calder favorite, do? He one-upped them by doing it against a better team, Carolina, on the power play in overtime. Both just punch each other out 1v1. Great games, though. I'll stay on the Anaheim-Boston game while I'm on it really quick for a second. Just back and forth game. First period, 3 goals for Anaheim, 1 for Boston, and then Boston just grinding back. But like I said, Zegras with the late goal to winner. And then
unrelated to that game, but related to rookies, I wanted to shout out Jake Christensen on Columbus. He bagged his first career NHL goal, and what a beauty it was.
Nice. I don't even know who that is, man.
I don't even know who that is, actually. I think
absolute snipe.
I've been staring at Columbus for like the past week, and I still don't know who that guy is. Moving on to the other game I was talking about, the Wings-Canes game. Obviously, Wings winning at 4-3 in overtime. Chase, did you watch this game in depth?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
How you feeling about your Wings against the red-hot Canes there?
Oh, bud, that was so a sick happy, game. Hey, old
so
Carter
tight. Carter Rowney getting a goal. Michael Rasmussen scoring, too.
Yeah, man, like, Rasmussen and Gagne just seem so alone on the bottom 2 lines.
Yes.
It's, like having that Gagne, Rowney, and I don't remember if it was Ernie or who was on there with them, but yeah, that line was just awesome that night. Like, we need not just Gagne, but another Gagne, and Carter Rowney is that guy. And man, he was huge. He was huge, and then
it was
like
Gagne,
having
Rowney,
Veleno.
Ernie. Yeah, Veleno is
the AHL
scoring.
line, man. The AHL line together with like Rasmussen, Zadina, Veleno. So yeah, no, it's good. Rasmussen fucking needs to play a little bit of wing every once in a while. He just seemingly can't handle the old center's position that much all the time.
I really like how Joe Veleno's played so far. Worth noting, he scored against the Leafs there. I mean, he shouldn't have off that angle, but he scored against the Leafs regardless. And I don't know, I've just been liking how he's played, especially since he's kind of been underwhelming since his draft year, honestly.
Yeah, and how little amount of minutes Blashill gives his players when he pulls them up, so it's hard to really get a good
read. Well, I mean,
hard to get a good read when he plays like 10, 12 minutes, and it's good that he played 12 or 13 minutes, because then that means he played a good game or something.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyways, that's all I got pretty much for quick rips. Got nothing else to really want to touch on other than the one I want to get. So I will throw it over to you, Chase, for your in-depth game.
Ooh, these, yeah. I'm talking about the Kings
and the Dallas
Stars. The Stars, so once again, super big matchup. Like I said, I'm all high and mighty on this West playoff race, and it just seems to get thicker and thicker every time I look at it, which is fun, because that made this game even more spectacular. I'll start with Alexander Radulov winning the game with his 3rd goal of the year.
Yeah, in his 500th career game too.
I wish he scored more than 3 goals, because when that guy scores goals, man, is he excited. He's like Ovi when he scores goals, man.
I know. He's so happy. Like
feels like he's like Goku or something on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh boy, you're even aging yourself with that reference, Chase.
Oh, the old DB. Never really watched it that much, honestly. I just love DB.
Neither did I.
This was a super good game. Hard-fought game. Old Kalia, Arthur, the rookie, 10 goals, 11 goals, getting 2 in this game, man.
Brendan Lemieux sucker punching everyone. Did you see him sucker punch Radulov for no reason? Like, he looked at him wrong. He's like,
yeah, Lemieux is a scrappy son.
It was the funniest thing ever. Like, he's such a dick, and it's so funny. So much like his dad. Like, so much like his dad.
But yeah, my boy Luke Glendening got the second goal. Like that raffled Glendening Fosca line's been looking pretty good. They've been real helpful for this team without that line just doing anything. Like I know Fasca's had a rough year since the start of the year. Like he was like the team for the first 12 games, what I remember.
Yeah. Until Ruben and Robertson took over.
Yeah, and yeah, no, it's just nice to see Raffle and Glendening playing that good and being that important to a team. Ryan Suter getting a goal, if you could believe it, off of a nice.
Anyone said that for a couple of years.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely not the offensive guy.
So Pavelski actually missed a tip in front of the net?
No, this was one of those weird goals where none of those guys were involved in that. One of them was involved in that goal.
He got a breakaway. He wouldn't have scored, Rhylan. He'd have been caught up to.
Well, he said it wasn't like every other goal from a D-man. I thought he meant it wasn't from every other goal from a D-man. So from the point,
no, the one goal.
That would be awesome.
Like a Shea Weber one that we thought we'd never see until last year.
Exactly.
Dude, this was probably like the one goal that this Kirby Ranta and Peterson line has scored in the last like 2 months or something. They got an assist on that. Those guys have been uber quiet. They've been playing like good normal like hockey, but like they just ain't getting points, man. Like they're clearly overmatched when it comes to creating offense. And yeah, Radulov, has he ever been the guy that's created offense? No, he's been the guy that he's a hawk. He hangs around and sits in front of the net or snipes Genos from the side off of other people's good plays.
Yeah.
He just knows how to play hockey, so he knows where to be. But
he knows where to be. He knows how to hit.
He played in Russia. He knows the sweet spots.
Yeah. So his go-ahead goal was nice goal off. It actually bounced off the boards and he slapped her home because he was standing in front of the net. One of those cool goals. I wish guys would somehow plan that out more. Just
like
take a shot off the boards and bounce off.
Like the Pedersen Besser one.
No, like the old school
year.
Wings thing, man. We used to like win Stanley Cups because we used our boards apparently.
Yeah. Shot off boards and it would bounce for rebounds.
And then it would bounce out and our guy would just turn around and slap her in. Old Holmstrom, the best. The best. Man, so what else can I say about? Well, obviously Robertson, Hintz, and Pavelski scored in this game. If you think they didn't, you're fucking on methamphetamine or something like that.
I wish.
Indeed. I'd feel real good right now.
I hear it. Yeah, I hear it's really good for you. Sounds so weird.
It really gets the blood pumping.
Oh, I bet.
Gets the adrenaline up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Makes the Caps game bearable.
Sagan. He's playing okay, guys.
He's playing okay.
I don't mind it, but I'm just a little rattled on what this team needs to make it better. I think you 100% get rid of Klingberg here. I just don't know who and how. I think you should find somebody who can you get like a D-man with term. Like that's kind of where I'm leaning when it comes to.
The only thing that jumps off the page is a Klingberg Petrie trade. That's the only thing I love
Petrie at Dallas. That sounds like a good fit. But I don't love Petrie at Montreal.
Yeah.
Petrie at Montreal. I wonder if you could do a 3-way trade. What team would want a Klingberg? Carolina.
Seattle.
Carolina. Let's throw Carolina, Montreal, or whatever. Get Klingberg to Carolina. Get Petrie to Dallas, and then get like a first-round pick or something to Montreal.
Yeah, I wonder what Petrie's value is, man. Like he's 34. He's got 6.25 mil for like 3 more years.
Fantastic last year. Like that doesn't just disappear after a season.
Like,
no,
what
I
are you
get
actually
that.
Paying for this guy?
Well, if
can you swap him for Nate Schmidt? Because like he's younger, same contract, cheaper slightly contract.
Actually, if I'm Montreal, I do that actually because I think you might be able to get a pick for. I think easier to trade away Nate Schmidt for a second or a third round pick than it is to trade Petrie with his full contract. Unless you're taking a contract back, right? Like if you're going somewhere taking a really bad deal, like Myers.
See, like I like
you could do something.
because I'm poking around at a Winnipeg Jets GM right now, and that's what I was looking at. Is
I don't dislike
it.
I
like that trade, but I don't like how. Like, why would Montreal do that? Tell me why. Why would Montreal do that?
If they can't Montreal trade a
Petry, 34-year-old Jeff Petry, just because then they think they could get more out of Nate Schmidt later or something?
I think
like you're saving like $300,000 a year, not even a full mil over the 3.
You're not saving money.
You now don't have a right-handed D-man. Your best one's David Savard.
Nate Schmidt plays that Montreal, sometimes.
Why would they do it?
I think I understand what you're coming from. The only way I can see is
how the deal makes it happen, because I want to do it in my Winnipeg GM,
right?
But I don't know what actually makes it happen, because I don't see why Montreal would do it.
Mm-hmm. I see it why they can do it. How old is he?
He's 28.
That's not bad though. Like you could hold him for 2 years, let's say, and he's still got value. Will Petry have value next year if you can't trade him this year? Mm-hmm. Like, let's say there's an hour left at the deadline or the off season, like before the draft or whatever, and you just don't think you can move him for a good deal, and that's the offer. I'd probably take it, because I think you can definitely get a second out of Schmidt.
Yeah,
out of a team.
Deal.
Like, eventually, deal, so. When Schmidt's on his last year, 50% retain, you might be able to get a first out of him. If he plays well enough.
Then he'll be considered a vet too.
And you can play him top minutes, where you can shelter your young D-man and Caden Gooley and stuff where they're not overplayed. I don't hate it.
What if Winnipeg asked you to retain it, so then they spent the same amount of money on Jeff Petry that they do on Nate Schmidt, which would be $300,000?
No, take the contract. I think I'm barely accepting it as it is. I almost want to pick in return. I'm not retaining
that's
any
money. That's
kind
of what I was wondering.
So, plus, I think that's a plus in the Montreal trade side of it. You offload all of Petry's deal.
All of it.
All of it. You don't have to... He's gone, and he's gone. I like that for teams, because then you don't have to worry about, like, the whole buyout bullshit. The retirement clause is horrid for a lot of teams, can be. I think it's good to just get the whole contract.
It's a tough value. That's for sure.
Because, I think you'll eventually get the value you want for Petry later still. That's the only reason I'm okay with it.
Can Winnipeg get something out of that swap instead of them?
No, I think Petry is the best you can get if you're not giving up anything but Schmidt, in my opinion. That's just where I sit with it, but obviously...
Yeah, hey, it's a trippy question.
Absolutely. Let's should we move on? Are we good to... I just got one game. I'm going to talk about the Blues-Rangers game real quick, because this game was awesome. I want to talk about the Rangers quick, and we can stay... We talked about it last podcast a little bit in trading for them and for a D-man, and I agree with you, Chase. They don't need a D-man at all. Sure,
Rangers?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point? Like,
they don't need one.
Why give up a bunch of stuff just
Nemeth
to get a better third line?
Nemeth scored his first goal last night for the Rangers, and I didn't see him do one thing wrong. Braden Schneider is great. I really like him.
He's got some of the better numbers Nemeth does when it comes to like those
the way the Rangers play, there's very few defensemen I can see them actually getting and helping upgrade their team. They are a running gun defense, whether it's with the puck or to get the puck, because Trouba and Braden Schneider throw the most hits I've ever seen from a D pairing in today's NHL. It's insane. Trouba threw 4 huge hits. Open ice. It was ridiculous. He's been doing it all year.
The announcer said that they called him Mini Trouba.
Yeah, Schneider is a Mini Trouba to Gallant. Which is That's huge, pretty praise for what he's.
I thought he was a mini fox.
No way. No, he's a big D man. He's a Western boy from Brandon. Or I don't know if he's from Brandon, but he played in Brandon. But anyways,
I love the WHL D men that come into.
They're always 6'3" or minimum.
And if they're not, they're scrappy motherfuckers. Yeah, that's awesome.
From Prince Albert.
Prince Albert he's from. Yeah, he played in Brandon. So, but no, this defense is great. They need a forward. If they need to add, if they're going to add and go all out like everyone says, forward. They need a second line forward to play with Panarin and Ryan Strome. watching Ryan Strome, if you can somehow upgrade that with someone else with term, I would do it. I don't hate Ryan Strome. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's bad. They have a team that's quite special right now. The way it's built, Laugh is wow. He was fantastic that game, and every little thing he does, you can see a superstar.
Yeah, he's
for sure. They need a second line and maybe a second line center to move either Strome to the wing or move on from Strome. Now I think he needs term. He needs term that center.
The thing that I'm thinking about is moving on from Chytil. And
I'm okay with that.
Gorgiev is pretty huge on. They're actually going to move him now because of how obviously ridiculously good Shesterkin is. But those two guys free up a decent amount of money, so maybe they go that way.
That's why I'm saying maybe for 2 top 6 guys, like if you're really going for it and you want like a top let's say a Giroux and a Hurdle, like those are the first 2 names that came to my mind. Like you can do that by moving Strome, maybe even Hiddle, and Georgiev and stuff. Like I'm not saying they should go all out, but this team is good enough where I'm not against it. If you can keep a couple of the guys you buy, I think you should do it.
Well, like Jackie Redmond and Michael Rupper always say, like, this team's got an insane goalie. Like when you have an insane goalie and you're going for it, like you can find a way to win.
Shesterkin's that good.
100%.
Yeah. I really like this team. The way it's playing, it's crazy how good they are.
Like Kyle Davidson told me it's worth it. Apparently, I was talking to the real Kyle Davidson on Cap Friendly.
You act? What?
Apparently, it said real Kyle Davidson, and then he was like, the other day he did like a post that's like, "Hey, I got the job."
That's so
like,
BS.
This is like this is actually you. Like, yeah, right. Hey, and the next day that fucking it came out that he was the GM, and I'm like, what? This guy actually fucking Kyle Davidson? Like, that'd be dope. Just talking to people on Cap Friendly. This guy.
Bro, what if everyone we chat to is actually like making deals via Cap
just
Friendly and been like,
that's
a good deal. Yeah, it's legit where Pierre makes his moves. Yeah. Oh, gotta write that down.
I was actually talking
apparently, Cooper Kupp was getting texts from, I think it was Peyton Manning, and he was convinced that it wasn't Peyton Manning that was texting him because he would like send him pictures of the two of them together. And it turned out after like 4 years that it was actually Peyton Manning, and Cooper Kupp was just straight ghosting him.
Oh, imagine ghosting Peyton Manning.
That's awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah, dog. I did like a trade with like Fleury, obviously going, and he was like, said it was a real Kyle Davidson. It was the most fucking craziest thing. He's just like, yeah, man, it's definitely worth going for it, man.
Certainly hope so.
Yeah,
and so
also worth noting on TNT, Wayne Gretzky thinks they should go for it too. So if Wayno thinks you should go for it, I can't disagree with the great one. Everyone on the
it was funny because he brought up that Dano deal, dog. It's like, oh, we know about paying up because I'm always bitching about like it's such a waste of time. Like it's such a waste of time paying up and going for it every year. Hey, like look at Toronto, and he's like, oh, we know, got that. Still killing us with that Dano trade or whatever.
Yeah,
like that is funny. Because like, man, how do you? I hate that. Like, obviously, for each team, you're going to trade each guy separately to get the max you can get out of that one guy.
Yeah.
But just as myself and like how I see it, like, man, how do you? If I'm giving you a first round pick, like, why am I not getting like a couple guys off your team?
Unless it's like someone special.
Yeah, unless it's like JT Miller or something, like. I just don't like that. At least like give me Fleury and DeHaan. So then I'm getting like a couple boys off a team. They can bring something together,
Yeah, I agree with that. Like sort of like stuff, Tree Living tried that. Like we look at it, he wanted Sherratt with Toffoli. They just couldn't make the money work, frankly. And
exactly.
Obviously, Montreal feels they can get more out of. Sherratt
well, you
separate,
can. Like, that's the thing. Is
and
that
that's the issue,
they'll
right?
sit there and they'll just be like, "No, I'll only give you one." And it's just in my world, if I'm going out to get somebody, I want to. if I'm gonna grab somebody, or I need 2 pieces. Like, why don't I just get them off the same team? So then these guys fucking know each other or something. You know?
Oh,
like,
I agree with that for sure, and I think it's just
and you're playing. You're getting rid of them. Like, the reason you're trading these. Like, plan to have them next year. Like, the point is they're a UFA. You're walking away from them. Yes, I understand you're trying to be greedy, get as much as you can out of it, and it's understandable because everybody does it, and that's how it is. But it's just from a realism point, it's like, come on, guys, like.
Welcome to life as a GM, Chase. Welcome to life as a GM. Fuck 31 GMs in the league. You guys are all idiots. Give me the everything and take nothing. This is stupid. Yeah, so I agree. I know what you're saying, but they're all greedy, and that's how they got the job, and that's their job.
That's just the market. That's just the market. It is the market. It's how it is. Like, I'm not trying to change the market, but it's just the fact that you can't trade for a couple guys on a team and not have to give up like 2 separate, like a whole first round pick and a prospect and then a second round pick and a prospect just to get these 2 guys off this one team.
I think you can in certain cases. I think it's just I think there's just certain guys that you just don't pair together because it's like that's all you're trading. Like, let's say Anaheim. You say, I want Manson and Raquel in the deal. Let's say they signed Lindholm. Those are the only 2 guys they're trading. And you're offering me a first and a second. But they're ETH worth a first. I'm not going to trade my only 2 assets for... Like, we all understand the premise. I know you understand. It's just tough, right? Like, it's just the position you're in. Team-wise.
Yeah, like, sorry to say, guys, but we do this, and like, it's a waste of fucking time. Like, 75% of these deals are just a complete waste, and it actually harbors your future.
Yeah, it does.
Why can't we drop the price down a little bit so then you can package a couple guys together?
That's
like,
a good point.
These guys get their first round pick. Like, that's what.
I'm understand what you're saying. You're saying why are the buyers accepting deals to this? You're not saying why are the sellers asking?
Yeah, because of course you're doing that.
Yeah,
as a seller.
No, that makes that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Why?
As Berkey always says, there's only one team who can win the Stanley Cup every year.
Like Kyle Davidson said, it's worth it.
Yeah, how many Stanley Cups can you win each year? How many Stanley Cups can you win each year? Right?
It's worth it. Like, I could understand. Like I said, with Fleury, imagine Fleury on Edmonton. Like, I could really, honestly, just him being on that team for a few months might help Edmonton. Like,
they might win
boatloads.
Like, you have 2 of the best players in the NHL, a very good top-end D-man and Nurse, and then you get a goalie, you never know what can happen.
And, like, locker room and helping these guys, like, Fleury on that, like...
Yeah, absolutely.
I understand why you pay up because, like, your percentage on picks are, like, literally minimal. And, like, and when you look at numbers, it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those aren't good chances at all.
Anyways, I'm going to just jump back to the game and just close it out with it. Obviously, Rangers winning 4-3 against the Blues. Great game. Playoff atmosphere game. Both teams looked very good. But I really like how the Blues play playoff-wise, and the Rangers found a way to pick them apart. And that's why I'm so high on this Rangers team. To pick apart a gritty team like the Blues like that. And the only reason the Blues were in the game is because Shesterkin had a bad 5 minutes. Let in 3 goals on like 5 shots in the middle of the second, and then didn't let in anything else. So I love both these teams. I thought they were both great. Kyrou he's the deal, man. Every time I watch him, I have to say it.
DP getting a Geno snipe, David Perron.
That was a nice
O'Reilly. Actually, I noticed
O'Reilly was fantastic that game. Fantastic. So, like I said, these teams are great, both of them. Husso was all right. He wasn't bad. He had a goal or 2 that was like not great, but he made up for it, obviously. So, I don't know. Not fussed. I thought both teams were great. That's all I gotta say. We ready to move on though off of games and such, even though we kind of already had. Let's move into our first segment here, where I heard this just floating around Hockeyverse just as a discussion, and the discussion was, who is one player you guys thought would be very good or a superstar, whatever the case is, that never lived up to the hype? Now, whether it was draft hype, whether it was personal hype, whatever the case is, the question's been asked. So I will throw it to you boys. Who is the player who did not turn out to be what you thought? they were going to be. I'll throw it to you, Jordan.
When I was younger, I thought Danny Heatley was gonna be unreal.
Yeah, like
I thought that
dude, he was.
No, I think I know what he means. Like 50 a year again.
I thought the Heater was gonna be like a top 3 player in the league, like for a while.
Yeah, he scored so
like
many
Danny Heatley was
points.
fantastic. There's a reason he went 50 in what was it?
07.
07.
07.
Yeah, there's a reason that happened. But I'm just saying, I thought the Heater was gonna be like upper echelon.
That's fair. I remember him and Havlat were two guys where I'm like, oh, I love these guys. For unknown reason as a kid, I'm like, these guys are great. I love these guys. These guys are gonna
I love those two guys. I thought they were gonna dominate the league for years to come.
Yeah, I overhyped Gabrick as well. Yeah, those are good names for sure.
Yeah, Danny Heatley was unreal. Like
he was unreal. Absolutely.
When he was playing good, he was crazy good.
Yeah,
but he was all-star. He was also kind of like
Line
how I was talking about Radulov, you know, like they weren't.
He reminds me a little bit of Line, where Line's got the talent to score 50 any year, but he just won't. He won't. He won't. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that. Chase, do you have one, or do you want me to jump in with mine?
No, I can hit mine.
All right, what do you got for us?
I'll actually take you back to, I think maybe this 2010 World Juniors or some shit like that.
2010 World Juniors. Oh, I was at that World Juniors.
I think it was that. I don't even.
If it was in Saskatoon, I was at that World Juniors.
Actually, yep, yeah, it was, because this is the guy that I'm talking about. Fuck yeah, he had 6 points in 5 games. This guy that I'm bringing up. Can you guess? He's on the Swedish team, 2010.
I want to say Alex Nylander, but I know that's wrong. That's later in time.
That would be.
Who is 2010? Because that's Eberle-ish, so someone who's like 32.
I'll 30. Maybe I can pull this team up quick.
Does he have a career, like a long career in the
NHL? The best Sweden player,
Linus Ullmark,
Andre Peterson, Anton Roden. Oh, another guy that I thought. I got two guys.
Linus Ullmark.
Okay, no, it's not. I got two guys that now that I've seen him, I totally he's right in there. There's this group of Swedish players that I completely just love. I have a fucking Swedish scarf because of it. And it was Matthias Tenenby and fucking Magnus Paajarvi Svensson. Those were my boys.
Svensson. Yeah, I remember
the ones that made it through. Actually, I was going to bring this guy up too. Was Andre Nesterseal, but Marcus Johansson was on that Swedish team. I've loved this guy ever since this. Like, those 3 guys were
Marcus
guys
Johansson.
I thought were going to be just so awesome. But it didn't seem to work out for Matthias.
I have not heard that name in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Matthias
Tenenby.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude. So Matthias Tenenby was just he was like a right winger, I guess, left-handed. Like I said, he got 6 points in that 2010, and the year before he had 5 points. He looked good. He picked by the Devils first round, 24th overall. First year he played with them, he got 22 points in 58 games. Wow. And then just ever since then, it just never really worked out. He played a couple seasons with the Devils, the mini Devils, baby Devils there. Got 20 points in 35 games, 19 points in 37 games, 22 points in 42 games. He's just like a 5'9" small guy that just fucking never really made. He's playing in the KHL the last couple of years though.
What's his points?
Like at a point per game, like 32 and 44 right now.
It's really good.
So yeah, no, he's definitely he's a good hockey player. He just never did her in the old NHL, which is kind of sad because I always thought he would.
Yeah.
I should find out this. I should take a look at that team again. I fucking love that team. There's like 5 or 6 guys that followed out of that, and it was Paajarvi, Johansson, Tenenby. I want to say Jacob Markstrom was on that team.
Yeah, no, you're bringing me back a little bit. Maybe not quite that far, but like thinking of like Alex Nylander, I remember watching him and dominating World Juniors. He was the most talented player on the ice with the puck. by far, and just looked better than everyone. And now he was traded for Sam Lafferty. So, yeah, I understand your whole Swedish obsession because I love it.
Yeah, Anton Rodin was on that team, dude. That was cool. Marcus Kruger, Silverberg. Jacob Silverberg.
Nice,
oh, yeah, it was OEL. I wanted to say it. OEL was on that team.
There you go.
Yeah, because that was like the whole big thing was OEL. And
yeah, man.
The other reason, like this team is like a lot of who and where I got, what I followed. Jacob Markstrom was on this team. Even Andreas Nielsen. I used to believe in that guy. He was all right. He's kind of fallen off. I think he's hurt nowadays. And Matthias Ekholm was also on this team. So that's what started me on the Nashville trend to why I know all these random Nashville guys. Why I love the Markstrom trade from Florida to Vancouver. I just love that trade because he was on this team.
Nice.
And
love it.
I always liked Pariarvi, but he never he played with the Oilers.
Oilers, man. He was with that Omark. Like you brought up Omark. They were the same time, pretty much. Eberle, Hall, them, like that 2010 group. That was I've never seen a more hyped fan base in my life than 2010 Oilers fans. Like 2010 to 2014 Oilers fans, there's 2013. Like you couldn't get a more excited fan base out there than that. So, and then it went to shit. Even though you got McDavid, but no, very good name, Swedish guys there.
Before you go, I wanted to bring up a name that literally just came to my head that I think is a fantastic answer for this. Quentin Howden.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. I remember him.
He was the captain of the Warriors when I was a kid. He was one of my favorite players. He got drafted in the first round, and now he plays in Europe, and he's not even in his 30s.
Yeah, I know. He's been a proud member of the Spangler Cup teams over the year, actually, for Canada.
Brother to Brett Howden. I thought Quentin Howden was going to be, like,
I think they're cousins, actually. I don't think they're brothers. I think they're
either way.
Cousins. But yeah, either way.
He tried, man. He did pretty good.
He was decent. I don't think he got
a great. He was great in the dub. I had a.
He was also drafted
when I was a kid.
Yeah, he was also drafted by a bad Florida team at the time, right? Like they were really in no man's land at that point in time. So I get it. I love like if we're just talking WHL legends, like how about Sam Fioretti? Remember him? Lighting it up, I don't even know where that kid is. But he was so good in the dub as a second line center. So I could talk about Warriors for probably a good hour of just guys I remember back in the day, like Point. But
yeah, I remember Point. I remember Morgan
Riley. Yeah, that was the best team we've had since now. But anyways, I'll jump into mine with a player who is a fake Russian. It's apparently actually American. I don't know. I'm so confused, but he probably has dual citizenship. But drafted very high, Alex Galchenyuk, 3rd overall by the Habs. Yeah. When I watched this kid in his first year, I was like, wow. Like, because I remember Chase here. This is a good question for Chase. In our family, what is the most popular hockey fan base in the family side? I'm talking like Trevor, John and stuff. Montreal.
Toronto, I would assume. Or
Oh, you don't know? Okay, Montreal fans is our family, pretty much. We have a
what?
lot of...
Who's that? I know one.
Trevor, John, Rams.
Oh, John's a...
Yeah,
John's
oh, yeah.
Those guys aren't...
They're not
hockey fans.
Trevor is. Trevor's a hockey fan for sure.
Trevor is, yeah.
Whatever. Hey, so...
I don't know if I'll give Rams and...
okay, well, I will...
They'll have to prove that to me a little bit.
I have the reason I'm bringing it up.
On the ice to prove it.
Reason I say that, they were Habs fans, so that was what was on the TV when I was at family events.
Yeah.
And Alex Galchenyuk was their guy that I just noticed every time he's on the ice.
Well,
he was
Chucky.
the most talented guy.
I thought Chucky was gonna be with
he scored 30, obviously, and his whole career pretty much, other than the odd season, was a half a point a game player, and he's barely an NHL player, playing with Arizona. I don't understand that because he's still a good hockey player.
Yeah, certainly. He was talented for a reason, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't disappear.
I'm not saying that he should be a top line player, but like I think he was
in the 3rd line.
It's just been tough. I thought this guy would steal a lot of roles that were given to him. Montreal lost.
Brings up Chucky. Jesus Christ.
I love Chucky, man. I love Chucky. He's a fake American.
I'm always skeptical about him, but
yeah.
I feel
also,
you, man.
Keep in mind,
so many glimpses of just greatness. Like,
when I was watching him,
so
I was 12 years old. So all you notice is the flashy stuff. So this is also why, just as a kid, I thought this guy was something special. Then he scored 30. He was scoring 30 points, 40 points, 50 points.
Let's talk 5 years. Second on the fact that, like, how are you not doing anything on Zona? Like, do you need more opportunity, or like, I don't?
He's got 12 points.
More minutes than Arizona.
Yeah,
I don't know. 12 points ain't that bad for Arizona. I'm not in 33 games. Yeah,
it's not like he's
for a guy who had to sign.
He is a point getter. But like he can be he should be a point getter. Like, that's the thing.
Like, Rhylan makes a fair point. He literally had to sign a minimum to stay in the league.
I don't think was.
I know, like his career has really dipped insanely, but
there's a lot of
like all the opportunities here for you to just
there were opportunities.
You'll never get more.
My issue is, like, so he failed in Pittsburgh. He failed in Pittsburgh, which really, like, Arizona was a rough time. Then Pittsburgh was a killer, because if you can't make it with Crosby and Malkin, the NHL world gives up on you.
That'd a lot of the time, not making it with McDavid.
Exactly, like
unless you're the Washington Capitals and pick up Connor Sheary and
unless actually Daniel Brown wasn't successful, but Sheary was pretty good.
But those guys went through the shit. They were terrible players, and now they came back and they're like, we're not terrible players. You said that. You guys just said that. We're not actually bad.
Yeah, and
no, it's nice to see those guys bounce back.
Absolutely. So honestly, I think he played well in Toronto, Galchenyuk, and I thought he played great in Toronto. Actually, I thought he was gonna get a contract out of it, like a 1 year, $1 million. Like, if I would have rather that over Richie playing with Matthews to start the season, like any day. So, yeah, it always baffled me why certain guys didn't give him a chance. I understand more the lazy streak with him at times, and there is some flaws. He's bad in his own end, but I saw the offense. We all saw it firsthand. He was a 20-goal scorer once, a 30-goal scorer once, but he scored 19 goals twice and 17 goals once. So 5 seasons, he was just under a 20-goal scorer at least.
Yeah,
that's really good. That's a really good player. Should have been better after Montreal.
And he's had plenty of opportunity.
Yep, that's exactly it. It's mainly the after Montreal I'm disappointed he didn't take his chances. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Hey.
So, anyways, that is all I got for mine. You guys got anything else on this topic or anything else while we're on it?
I think that's what we should do again.
I don't know. How long do you want me to talk about that 2010 team? I can go on for like ever, dog.
I think we're good right now.
Just keep going down into that rabbit hole. Like,
want to go down the rabbit hole of a bronze medal winning Swedish team that had to beat a Latvian team 11-0 in bronze medal or something?
What a fucking sick team that was. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, buddy. I remember the Canadian team. Couldn't tell you a Canadian.
Jordan Eberle, Ryan Ellis. That was the year we lost in overtime after winning 5 or 6 years in a row in the World Juniors, and we lost to Americans. Guess who scored that one, Jordan? You know, I mentioned it enough. He's on your team, and he's your best defenseman.
Mr. John Carlson.
Ding, ding, ding. That asshole. Ruined my Canadian dreams because Mark Byzantine didn't cover his post. Yes, I remember that. Very, very clear. So if you want to go on the 2010 Swedish team, I will go on the 2010 Canadian team. Anyways, let's go on some news around the league. I could have talked about this game, but I didn't because who cares? The Oilers playing the Flyers the other night. Mikko Koskinen getting his first shutout since November 8th, 2019. That's his last shutout. This is November 2019. Yeah, that's rough.
I tag team on some stats for you.
Yeah.
I have 2 very crazy stats that I'm excited to bring up. One that fits the Oilers. Connor McDavid has been on the ice at the beginning of every possible Oilers power play since March 3rd, 2020.
Yeah, wow. That's a lot of power plays.
Every single power play opportunity they have had, he is on the ice for it.
And I bet the only reason like he doesn't have it longer is because didn't he like hurt his knee in the last game against Calgary in like 2019 or something? And he like probably missed the power play there or something like that. That's insane.
And the other one is with your Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins have scored the second goal of the game in 51 of their 55 games played this season.
Nice.
Weird.
Nice.
Weird, huh?
Well, while we're on just random ass stats, I got a Penguins one. Since Evgeny Malkin entered the NHL, Pens have won a league high 86 games in which they trailed after 2 periods. They have scored 215 goals in the third period or overtime of those games. Sid and Gino's contribution to those 215. Gino, 32 goals, 52 assists, 84 points. Crosby, 25 goals, 39 assists, 64 points. So
they're a bit good together.
They've been a bit good over the years of the NHL together.
You could almost consider them a dynamic duo.
Yeah, almost. Hey, they're right on the fringe of that. I'd say right on the cusp. Since 2009 of winning the cup.
Exactly.
They've been on the cusp. But let's move on to some other news. I guess I can kind of already brought it up there, Chase, since you're actually texting him and buddies with him. But Kyle Davidson named permanent GM of the Chicago Blackhawks. Obviously,
I still don't believe it's him.
I don't either. But I'm just poking fun.
I'm going with it.
I
wholeheartedly
seemed like a general.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Our Chase is on a first name, cell phone number basis with Chicago GM Kyle Davidson.
No, he just randomly said shit on my fucking Cap Friendly thing. That was pretty rattling.
That's hilarious.
Like, whoa.
If you didn't know, he was
his fucking thing said the real Kyle. Is that his name?
It's gotta be him.
It seems so legit.
It's the internet. It's gotta be him.
He said he got the job, and the next day there was a report about the job.
I'm pretty sure.
That's pretty trippy.
He's probably just practicing.
Yeah, man.
No, it'd be cool if those guys actually
go
on there and talk to people because that'd be pretty human.
I'm gonna tag Kyle Davidson in our podcast on Twitter and say if you messaged, I'm gonna put your Cap Friendly name in, Chase. If you actually message him, DM us and be on our pod.
I think it's a fantastic move from the Blackhawks. He's been their intern GM for 4 months now.
Yes, he has since Bowman left.
Excellent job with that. And I think prior to that, he was there for 6 years. I think as the
he was there for a long time.
Yeah. And worth noting that every GM that has been hired this season, they were the first to get an interview. So of all of them, Patrick Alvin in Vancouver, Kent Hughes in Montreal, Davidson here, all the cases. So if you're looking to figure out what GM is probably going to be picked, whoever they interviewed first is a good starting point, I guess, this season.
Exactly.
Moving on to the Vegas Golden Knights, a little bit Pete DeBoer as he got his 500th win versus the San Jose Sharks. Man, this guy has been partying all year. Milestone Vegas after milestone for Vegas, DeBoer, and All-Star games.
Vegas all this. Beat San Jose 11 times in a row now.
Wow. That's insane.
Oh, nice.
And they blew a playoff series against them, and they still won that many. That's impressive. In 2019 there. So, wow.
Yeah.
Moving
Dude,
on.
The goalie scored a goal. Lucas Dostal.
I tweeted it. I did. I tweeted that. Lucas Dostal, a good prospect for the Anaheim Ducks, scoring a goal. I can pull it up right now.
He put up a 50 save performance to boot.
That's amazing.
Right?
That is amazing.
He gets 50 saves and then he types the goal.
He's a really good prospect.
Certainly good.
Goalie for them. I actually am trying to pull it up here if it'll let me. Oh, it's only a GIF here. That sucks. But I can probably still do it. It was quite seen. Yeah, it was a great goal. I'll do what I can right now.
Your typical goalie goal, one end to the other.
There we go. It's going to be a little fast, but Boom, down the
GM, dude, the Cavs GM said we're not next level.
Did he actually? Holy crap.
That's what he said. He's like, we're not next level.
Rip. That's rough. Anyways,
you
congrats.
do need to be next level to like actually go in.
Absolutely. Congrats to Lucas Dossel anyways for that goal. Obviously, it was super, super cool. Not even an H. Cool. Oh, I can't imagine there's no better feeling than that. I can definitely say it's a better feeling than your GM saying you don't have. Say it again, Chase. Your GM saying they don't have what?
Oh, they're not next level.
They're not next level. Yeah, that is that does not.
That's not worrying. I don't think they're next level.
Yeah. Like, what are you like?
Yeah, but that's the person you're supposed to believe in your team, right? Like, you don't come out and say that.
Make us next level then. That's what I'm saying.
As a fan, yeah, I agree. But if I'm a player, I'm sitting there like, what the fuck?
You guys got it all wrong. Like, this team has been fucking hurt all year, man. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, we're the Hershey fucking Bears, dude. That's
what are you talking about? You can definitely say that right now. If everybody's now healthy. I just see now that Matha could be coming back in the lineup for the Caps. So, yeah, like if they start becoming next level with this team being fully healthy, then yeah, maybe you change things. But yeah, the way it is, the team's not playing next level. You're not going to go all in when you're not playing.
Oh no, I'm not saying they should. Hockey. Not saying they should at all. Just
you're saying you're all scared. Oh, you shouldn't say that. Why not? Why not?
Oh, I'm just saying
it's... Or shit's weak right now.
I'm saying as a player. Bro, I'm saying as a player, I was making it... Okay. I was saying as a player, if you're a player, you're Alex Ovechkin, your GM says your team's shit. Are you happy to hear that? No. No hockey player's happy to hear the GM does that. That's all I'm saying.
The GM never said he was shit. Good thing the GM never said they were shit.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm trying to make a point that players don't like it. That's all.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay, at least you understand what I'm saying. So let's move on.
Jumping on the shout out train, I want to shout out Max Domi. He bagged his 300th career point.
Nice.
Pretty sweet for him. And Jack Johnson, his 1,000th game in the NHL.
Ooh, nice.
Holy
shit.
Right.
Yeah,
I actually played that many games.
Yeah, buddy. Hell yeah.
Played 1,000 NHL games.
Yeah, man, he's been around.
Columbus, the Pens.
Oh, I fucking well aware he was a Penguin. We're still paying him, I'm pretty sure. I mean, every team has to have one bad buyout, I guess, in the past 10 years, but yeah, rough times.
You don't have a Rick DiPietro on the market.
So. Yeah. I got one more thing to just on Nashville quick. David Poile coming out, not looking to move Forsberg at all. So swishing that bug.
Somebody just started fucking.
That's exactly what Nashville fans want to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a single fan in Nashville wants him to go. They want him to resign. They want him to go.
I want him to resign. If I'm being honest, like
me too. Why wouldn't you want to see this guy continue to play where he's played great all of his career?
Yeah, I like watching the Caps continue to eat it in Nashville, laugh in their face. So, no,
we're eating it everywhere right now. We're eating it in Ottawa, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Even Chase is like chewing you apart there. But no, the only way this makes sense is if he said he's leaving. If you trade him to me, right? Yep. Like, I agree with Poile here. He's your best player. You keep him. Or forward, not your best player, best forward.
Certainly. And he certainly brings something to the Nashville team that no one else can.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, hate whoever started that rumor. I hope they die.
It's actually a really notable source, funny enough. I don't know. I can't remember who Deathaminas is, but yeah. No, very interesting times for Nashville there. Do you guys have anything else you would like to... Oh, sorry, I got one more thing I didn't even bring up. Got some Philly news and some Ryan Ellis news as Mike Yeo came out saying he is looking less and less likely to return this season. Ryan Ellis. So, oh boy, that is just...
Honestly, I think that's probably for the better. If the guy, not for the team, I mean for him. If the guy has been out this long term with an injury, it's clearly nagging him. Get yourself healthy. Get yourself back to playing. Because Ryan Ellis is a good hockey player.
Oh, he's a fantastic hockey player.
Right. I want to see him back to playing. Maybe not in Philly, but I want to see him back.
Man, I feel for this team right now. Like, this just blows. Like,
Yeah, that's a tough break, man.
Unless
that's a tough
it's Carter Hart, you can't catch a break.
This is one guy like pinpointed to potentially turn this team around defensively, and now he can't even be able to play.
Massive acquisition.
Yeah, that trade I made with the Islanders for him, I'm leaning less and less because of the injury. Like I was thinking he was somewhat close to being back, and like he would at least show that he's what he's capable of with Philly. That they would play a little bit better with him. That things wouldn't be as bad. But
yeah, there's.
I mean, like if he's out for the rest of the season, what is his injury?
Yeah,
it's a little scary if as Philly to like you moved on from your second overall pick. I know he's also injury prone, but if he doesn't play much, this is rough. Very, very rough.
No doubt.
Expensive to play 4 games a season.
Yeah, that is the most expensive 4 games ever.
Yeah, half of it's paid for LTI.
Yeah, I guess. No, I guess. It's just... man, this just blows.
Jonathan Toews, Tyler Johnson coming back, boys. JT and TJ coming back for the Blackhawks. That's what you need.
So Josh you can confidently buy him out.
Exactly.
Josh Norris.
He's coming back too. Nice. Love it.
It's gonna be these. That's gonna be these. Like I said about Manta, come back possibly. Could be coming back. That's these. And your boy Galchenyuk, 7 points in 10 games, buddy. Last 10 games, 7 points.
Nice. There we go.
Lighting up, third on the team.
See, man, I told you he's a star, man.
He's a star.
He'll be there when he's 33.
Anyways, do you guys have any final things you want to say? Because I got 2 final small segment and then my armchair to jump into. So say what you guys got. Nothing? Cool. I just got one little thing I want to bring up. I was looking at the Habs, and they seem like just the team that's getting traded away the most. And I know you did an armchair there, Jordan. But I kind of made just a tier list of players trade away, just a high chance of trade at the deadline, medium, and then low. But the low I also put in brackets off season. So these definitely are doable deals just later on. I just kind of want to know what you guys think of my list. So let's start with the high. Can you tell the first one? Pretty tough one. It's pretty tough. No, actually, it's Ben Sherratt. It's Ben Sherratt. Ben Sherratt's number 1. For me, funny enough, I put Lehkonen. I ummed and awed about where to put him. Honestly, I'll say that. So Ben Sherratt, number 1. I think he's for sure getting traded for a first. Second name I put Chris Weidman. Seemed like they're just gonna move on from him for anything. Like he's just like I said, this is a likelihood of traded to me. This is not a what I think is gonna happen. I'm just going in going in order of guys of what you might see out the door in Montreal. So Ben Sherratt, Chris Weidman, third name, Brett Kulak. I've been hearing his name out there a lot lately. Good depth D man, a lot of
guy who's not in the future plan, so they might as well get anything.
Yeah, and funny enough, if I'm Pittsburgh and we need a depth D, like someone goes down like Peterson, would love a Kulak. Love Kulak. My fourth name, there's Arturi Lehkonen. This is my medium category. I ummed and awed about putting Lehkonen in the high to medium because they don't need to trade him. He can work in their future, but they might be able to get a lot for him. So I put him at the high medium level there.
Yep. We're just gonna get good value off
him, exactly. So my second name on the medium list for Montreal, Jeff Petrie. Unsurprisingly, I don't think it's for sure he's going to get traded at the deadline at all. Seems like it could be an off-season move, but you never know, right? Like we were discussing, maybe a Schmidt-Petrie deal is something we could do, or Dallas can do something in the mix there. You never know. My last name on the medium list, I got Jake Allen. I think if you can just get something for Jake Allen, that wouldn't hurt. He's a good goalie, so... and then finally, these are my interesting names, pretty much. The low of the low at the deadline. And more off-season moves I see, but Josh Anderson. I've been hearing his name. Lots of teams apparently very interested in Josh Anderson and not scared away by the contract, which I wasn't surprised, but I was definitely surprised to hear there was a lot more teams than I would have thought. Seems like there's about 4 or 5. Is that? Oh yeah, there you go. Josh Anderson, is that a rookie card or?
Hell
yeah, man.
Signed.
That's so cool.
Overtime,
How convenient is that you have that right ready to show the camera? That's cool. Love it.
Because I keep him by my side. Boy, Dylan Larkin.
Keep them all by your
Matthew
side.
Tkachuk, Mikko
Nice. Some big names there, big names. So yeah, Josh Anderson, first name. Second name, Christian Dvorak. Sounding like they're very interested in trading him if the offer's right. I mean, obviously it makes sense. This is the deal that Bergevin made. There's a new GM in. Doesn't fit his plans, seemingly. So I guess we'll see with that. And then my final name, I got Jonathan Drouin. Because all seeming very high candidates that one of them I feel like should get traded in the offseason of those three forwards. I agree. Barring like big injuries or something like that. If one or two of them's out for bad injury or whatever, then maybe not. But just a couple of Montreal names I wanted to make a little list of because they are very aggressive right now in calls, talks.
Have a fire sale.
Yeah, which is cool and it's always fun. So always fun to look at that and see where they might go. But anyways, do you guys have anything on that list? Anything you guys want to say on Montreal, the names, what I brought up?
No, I think everything makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Hey, I wonder what's gonna happen with the old Sherrod, like where he actually ends up. And I don't know, a lot of people hate him analytically, that's for sure.
Yes,
a lot of people are super hating on this guy.
I hate on him for a first because I disagree with that. Yeah. I don't think he's worth that personally, but I mean, someone will pay it. Someone will pay it. Hey, I mean, you can't really do much about it. But shall we jump into the armchair, boys? What I got for us? Alrighty, here, cool. Let's start with the trade deadline and the team. I guess I picked Columbus Blue Jackets. Obviously, as you've been hearing me talk about for the past couple pods. Yeah, I didn't do anything too crazy. So if you're looking like something super, wow, this is amazing. No,
you're gonna bring this Pronger out of retirement.
Yeah, man. Like I'm not going worlds crazy. I actually like the team's direction. Funny enough, I really do. But there's just some stuff I want the direction continue going. So I kind of continued that. Now, starting off with my first trade. These trades are very debatable, and this one I'm very willing to debate with you guys, especially after our discussion with the Caps off the start. I made this trade 6 days ago before all this talk of their GM giving up on them, seemingly, or not saying they're good enough at least. So I traded the Washington Capitals, Dean Kukin, and a 50% retained Max Domi for Carl Hagelin, a second in 2022, and a second in 2023. Now, I didn't want to get a first, because I thought that was a little much for that. Seems like a lot for those guys. Getting rid of Carl Hagelin is worth noting. And I also put my notes on the side. You're getting a right-hand defenseman, Dean Kukin. You're moving on from Kempny. If you really want to move on from Schultz, like Chase said, you can do that and get a better goalie. I think that works better with my trade, actually. To move on from Schultz for a goalie. So, what do you guys think of that? Anyways, Kukin, Dean Kukin,
I'm starting to
Domi.
like Hagelin here. Like, I don't know if they'll trade him. Like, if they're trading Hagelin, they're needing another guy that's as good or taking that penalty kill minutes. Like, he takes like all their penalty kill minutes. So, I know they need to. I know he's like the one guy that like has cap hit and stuff. Like, but he is your penalty PK master.
Yep. I mean, and nothing says you can't find.
I'm just thinking that maybe they wait till the off season, but like, I don't know.
Like I said, this trade was made a few days ago when we thought the Caps were buying. So
Can you find a way to do it without Hagelin in there? Because that's what
I don't need. If you guys want to keep Hagelin, just give up 2 seconds for Kukin and Domi, sure. But I was doing it to take cap back
but like,
for...
I'm
willing to debate.
Is what I'm talking about. Like, we got Kempny, like you were saying.
Like I said,
there's a plan to replace what Hagelin brings. Like I just said, maybe go to Arizona, pick up a Travis Boyd on a minimum. Because I think that would be perfect.
Riley Nash has been floating around all season. Travis Boyd, like those are all penalty killers.
I would take that deal in a heartbeat.
Okay, cool.
To drop Hagelin's contract, and I think
for 2 seconds.
Domi for 2 seconds plus a nice defensive defenseman.
Yeah,
I'm very happy to take that.
And that's where I was leaning towards. It fits all the boxes the Capitals want. And
as long as there's direction to replace Hagelin, basically,
right,
then I'm absolutely happy.
Yeah, as long as they're comfortable with somebody, like
realistically,
because like he is like the main guy on there, so like you're gonna want somebody you really trust, right?
Okay, let me here. I'm just going. How much is Kempny's contract? Because I can swap.
It's 2.5 mil when he's up, and it's like one.
The issue is like he's up next year. Is the only downside of it. Like you don't have much longer to deal with him as the Kempny. But if you really want to keep Hagelin,
I'm pretty sure he's up this year.
Sure, I'd stick Kempny in happily.
Sorry, did I not say that? He's up this year, Kempny.
Oh, you said next year.
Sorry. I meant this off season. Okay. He's up. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. My bad. I can do that deal for Kempny instead, but I thought you would have preferred the Hagelin deal, extra year of the contract out, right? Exactly. So it's up to you.
No, like I said, I'm willing to debate it. As long as we have an idea of what we're doing after that trade, and that isn't the only trade we're making, I like it a lot.
Yeah, like I said, you're moving Kempny in our deal or Justin Schultz to get other cap space to make more moves. This was a starting tipping ice. Like I said, I thought the Caps were going to buy a lot. That's obviously changed in the past 24 hours. So, but I can't change a whole armchair over 24 hours. So
as long as it isn't the only thing we do, then I'm
definitely not. You guys have more.
It's good value for what we're giving.
Especially
not lifting a first. I'm very happy.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it too. You guys didn't have to give up a first, and that's a point I wanted to try and make. I don't want to do that as much. Next trade, Chase, I know you're not going to agree with this one because we debated it over the chat a little bit, so I think you might dislike this one. But I know Jordan will like it, and I know I kind of like it for the team. So we got a trade with the Edmonton Oilers involving Jonas Korpisalo. But I'm 50% retaining Korpisalo, so he's going to have 1.4 mil contract. And I'm taking Koskinen and a 2022 second. That is it. Reasoning I want this. Edmonton wanted Korpisalo. Columbus asked for a second and a third. Edmonton said no. My thoughts, you're getting $4 million off on Koskinen. 4.5, I guess. For a second, and you get a better goalie. I think it seems pretty fair based on what they were asking before. You can still make moves if you're Edmonton. That's where I justify it. What do you guys think?
No, I mean, like you said, I
think it's an upgrade.
I don't understand why they would turn down a second and a third for Korpisalo, because I would have taken that in a heartbeat, especially as Edmonton.
I can understand turning it down at first and something like maybe not a heartbeat for me, but I think
you could argue.
I think he's worth it.
You can haggle it down to being a second and like a fifth, probably.
Yeah, and I just gave a second. I just honestly, that's why I tried to keep it fair.
Literally a straight second. But I think that's very manageable to work with, and I'm extremely surprised Edmonton would turn that down instead of working around it.
Yeah, so they get $3 million in cap space for a second round pick and a better goalie.
Absolutely want to move on from, who's eating contract fucking money, and you get a starting netminder who's got good potential to be.
And you might be able to get a D-man if you're Edmonton. Keep that in mind. Like, there's other guys you can.
You're lifting a lot of money out, so then that gives you opportunity to make more moves.
Chase, I can already see your face. I know you don't like it.
I wouldn't do it because, like, statistically, Korpisalo is terrible. Like, that's statistically the facts for the last 3 years.
Statistically, Columbus has been pretty bad defensively.
Oh no, I understand. Right? Like, I don't hate. I do not believe at all in Korpisalo. I'm a big believer in Korpisalo, but I'm not paying you for something that hasn't happened and something that could happen. And
like I said,
just a dump cap. Like, he's been all right, old Koskinen, for this year. He hasn't been amazing, but like
I wholeheartedly disagree.
I wouldn't shed a whole second round pick just to do that.
All you're looking at
he's a UFA at Korpisalo. What's the point?
I think Korpisalo's better.
Korpisalo?
I've seen him in the playoffs play well.
I would rather
in the play-in, I guess. Korpisalo. Yeah, I like the chance of Korpisalo. He's not going to be much of a contract to keep him.
It'll be a cheap contract.
If you want him, like, you need a goalie. You're Edmonton, you need a goalie. That's where I'm at. Like, and they seemingly don't like any goalie.
A goalie that wants to go to Canada too, right?
Well, I think he just wants to play.
that'd be the other.
So
thing.
It's.
I like it for Korpisalo for himself. That's for sure, because then he actually gets to play. But
I don't know. For me, this just facilitates cap space. It facilitates cap space.
It does help.
That is also the big piece I'm adding to this is the cap space. That's why I'm retaining Korpisalo. That's why I'm doing everything possible to take money back for the second to make them take it, because it's a sweetener for the contract, and you get a better goalie. It's an upgrade. Whether you aren't the biggest fan of Korpisalo, I think you can agree he's better than Koskinen. By much, it might not be a little to you, but I think it's a decent chunk better than Koskinen personally.
Yeah,
especially at 4.5. So that's just me. Like I said, I knew you guys would be indifferent on this. I knew you would like this, Chase. I knew you'd love this, Jordan.
And that's gonna happen.
I never said that. Okay.
Okay, sorry. I knew you would say no to this, and I knew Jordan would say yes to this as GM. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. We're just indifferent on our opinions on Koskinen. Or not Koskinen, sorry, on Korpisalo.
Just in the trade value for it, right?
Yeah.
So
right, exactly, because I value them more, because in my eyes, Edmonton really need a goalie.
And that's where I was too. So, but yeah, no, I knew there would be some debate with that. So let's move on. That's the only deadline moves I made. Like I said, I didn't do anything too crazy.
I mean, Columbus don't need to blow everything up there.
No, I like their direction, actually. I really like the team they're slowly forming and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so moving on to the deadline, the draft. I simmed the thing. I just need to quickly pull up because I think it's 8 and 13. I have a picture of it, so just give me 3 seconds. We have pick number 8 from Chicago at the draft, and pick number 13. Now, I did not go as interesting as Chase. I did not trade them anything away with it. I didn't feel like it. Instead of trading a lot, I decided to keep. That was my direction this year. With my 8th overall pick, I'm selecting Danila Yurov, pure sniper, fairly big body. He's got an NHL certainty of a 9. Like, that's insane for me. He looks really, really good, and to me, it's between him in that slot, Slavkovsky, or something like that. Around that.
Yeah, that Yurov looks nasty.
I like Yurov. I think he'd be a really good pick at 8.
Physically, he already has the build for an NHL
player. And he has all the makings of a reliable top 6 forward, is what Dauber says. So I'm totally game for this guy. This guy seems awesome. Love it. Now moving down to my 13th overall pick. I'm going to pick a defenseman. And I'm going with a bit of an undersized guy, but he's got an NHL certainty of 8.5. I'm going to go Ty Nelson. I'm really intrigued about this guy. This guy's one of the 3 to 5 defensemen after the Nemec and Jurczyk type guys. There's about 3 guys after that are pretty close. He's a sturdy defenseman, though, but he's powerful. He's really aggressive, heavy shot, likes to activate offense, and looks to be a right-handed top 4 D-man. So I think he could be really... I like the feistiness. That's what I want. I want a guy who can have some offensiveness. If the way they're making it sounds like it's Krug, a right-handed Krug in a way. A powerful, aggressive, heavy shot, likes to activate offensively. Sounds exactly like Torrey Krug to me. So I'm very intrigued about these two, and those are my first 2 picks. I do have 3 seconds. I did not dive deep enough into picking my seconds, so I apologize for that. But I have 3 seconds picked at 46, 48, and 49 or something like that. Edmonton and Winnipeg seconds there. So, and then finally, I just got the contracts and then the team. So jumping into those, my RFAs, I signed Liam Foudy, 2 years, $900K. Tarasov, 2 years, $950. Carlson, 1 year, $750. Fix Wolfson, $800K for 2 years. Bemstrom, 2 years, $1 million. And this is where it gets interesting. Jack Roslovic, 4 years, $4 million. At first, I had him at around 2.5 to 3. But he does a lot of important stuff for this team, and I want him to stay. He's a Columbus boy. He fits here. It's only $4 million for 4 years. He's 25. I don't see a downside in this.
I think you could almost get another year for $4 million.
I thought about that actually for it.
I think you could almost get like 5 years, maybe like 4.25.
Right.
Not
yeah,
much.
it's I.
And if you want that term, like, because
I get the term. I went with it for thinking that Jack Roslovic will still get one more paycheck, one more decent paycheck after this. So he's not giving up his. He still might get another $5 million after if he's good enough at 29, right? So I'm giving him all the opportunity with all the money. So
no, I like it both ways. I like it for him, and I like it for Columbus because obviously he's been great since that move.
And from there too. So
yeah, exactly. He's from Columbus, so that's be more of a boon.
Exactly. We got our next RFA, our second to last RFA, Adam Boquist. Now, this is going to be an interesting one, and I know typically you guys don't like paying people early, but I am paying Boquist money now because I want him to stay on a good contract. I'm signed to a 7-year, $5.5 million deal because Sam Girard signed a very similar deal at, I believe it's 6 or 7 years at $5 million. And this was 2 or 3 years ago before he even blew up, really. Not quite before. He was having a really good season. And they're very similar type players. Obviously, one's left-handed and one's right-handed, Boquist being right. You gotta just lock him up as long as you can. Now, I'm willing to move it up to $6 million even. I just did 5.5 because I think that's fair at a 22-year-old for his first contract.
I mean, it's tough to really gauge these kind of contracts because truthfully, you don't know whether he'll be worth that. But he could.
He has scored. By the way, he scored 12 goals this year as a defenseman, or 11, something like that. It's around 10. Like that's a lot. Yeah, I do too.
I think it's a fair gamble on him because he's shown the flashes of what he could be.
Yep, and
he's still very young.
Yeah, I think he's. I am so.
Yeah, he was the leading scorer on, or leading point getter on, defense for the Blackhawks last year.
Yeah, he was.
So, but yeah, no. How much you said? Like 5.5 or 6?
5.5 for 7 years. Similar to the Sam Girard deal, which was $5 million at 7 years. Which their production's fairly similar throughout the same timeline. So that's why I gauged it off of that. And I went a little bit more because
they can do that too, that kind of gamble.
Right, and that's exactly it. And as you can tell, I want to keep players.
Well, you might as well do it for 8 years.
Yeah, if I can get 8 years, great. I just did 7 just to, I don't know, give an extra year for more money, I guess. I don't know. Just 7, 8 years.
I like it.
If I can get the 8 years, I will definitely do it. But
I'm excited for the next contract though, because I don't know what this will look like.
Right, exactly. But I think he's legit to me.
No, I like it.
Yeah, I do agree with
you're in a good position to make that.
Okay, cool.
He's pretty legit, but
he is legit.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money. It is a lot
right now.
But Columbus doesn't...
I'm sure you could go like 4.5 or 6 or 7. Like you could do a little bit less or something like that. But
you think you can get that low?
It's all up to you.
I don't know if you could get that low. Just for term,
this type of contract is just doing it for him. It's not really like, like we'll go into arbitration looking at a couple mil or 3 mil or something. And if you walk in and say, I'll give you this for 7, 8 years, then the whole conversation flips. So, yeah.
Because Columbus... Oh, you froze. That's an unfortunate freeze there, Chase. Oh boy. Oh, sorry. What were you saying there, Chase? You froze there when you were about to say something.
I don't know. I was just saying that.
Okay.
If you offer him this, like you're the one offering him this contract, he's not asking for it. Like he'll accept it. So whatever you give him here, if you just walk up to a guy and give him 5.5 million. 7 years,
I'm also trying to keep in mind, like, I'm doing half negotiating here where, like, I start at a lower number, trying to find the middle number. I'm jumping to the middle number now. I'm not offering 5.5 like today now.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's what we need hopefully for term. I obviously offer him right away. I want you 8 years, $4 million or $3 million. I'm offering something lower,
more like 6 or 7 for that.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna debate, so that's why it's up at 5.5. Obviously,
and then you
in the middle.
negotiate.
Exactly. So now the final player, I think you can tell who it is. This one, I can already tell. I don't think you guys will like it because I even don't like it. But I'll explain why I kept him. So Patrick Laine, I kept Laine. I signed him to 8 years at $9 million. It's a lot of money.
Locking him down.
I'm locking him down because he fits.
I don't blame you.
Columbus has never have forwards that fit. Never. I want to keep him. You got to. They were pissed about the rumors getting out that he should be traded because they don't want to move him. The reason I offered him $9 million is because he has a qualifying offer of $7.5 million, and he can walk to free agency with it next year. I want to do what I can to keep him, so I offered him $9 million. Might even have to be more, but I'm not paying him more than Morenski. Morenski is my highest paid player. He's not my captain, but my guy. He's my guy. No one's being paid more than him in the next 3 years. I would say
not right now.
Not now, unless Laine scores waits to the end of the year and scores 60 goals and stuff, and then I have to give him $10 million. Then.
No, I don't blame you. Columbus is a small market. They're not going to be able to bring in.
But they shouldn't be too. That's a big thing. They shouldn't be a small market. Just I hear. Right. Oh, Columbus is great. They got the #1 party university in the States, pretty much.
Okay, but I'm saying Columbus isn't like California.
No, I get that. I get that. I'm just saying that this market has potential. Is what I'm saying. I want them to.
But as of right now, you aren't going to be able to draw big free agent names. So keeping those kind of players allow you to draw big free agent names. So I like it.
Yeah, no, $9 million's right in there.
It's right in there, right?
Right now, but Patrick Laine is.
He has potential to get 40 goals if he's playing with Voracek and what if Cole Sillinger in 2 years is legit a #1 real deal center playing?
Laine will get 50 goals several times.
So
he will.
Yeah,
I think you're this type of team. This is your new Rick Nash. Build around him properly. You have a do-over chance.
Yeah,
do it, redo it.
Yeah, I like it.
And then UFA signings, they're basically just guys I re-signed. I didn't sign anyone new. Signed Danforth to a cheap deal, $750K. Sincura, $750K. Brendan Gaunt's 2 years, $800K, because I just love him. Maybe even $850. And Brube, $800K.
So you're declining all the deals that the 7,000 people are offering you for one of those 2 top first-round picks.
Well,
nobody offered you enough.
I'm sure they would have. I just didn't want to, honestly.
I can understand that.
I like this draft. I really like this draft.
No doubt. Like when I did that GM with what the fuck was that? I don't even remember what that was.
You did the Finn line or whatever. I can't remember what team you did, but I remember.
Oh, was it Zona? Yeah, it was just
Zona. Yeah, it was Zona.
I took because I took Laine because I wanted to get those 2 Finnish guys.
Yeah.
But it's possible. Columbus can get those 2 Finnish guys. They could actually end up with Joachim.
Yeah, they traded up. They could. Yeah,
they could actually do it. Like they're fucking Chicago's shitty. They're not even that great. I guess. Like I said, Columbus being where they are in the standings right now, I don't know about taking that as for sure they're going to be there at the end of the season. I don't think they'll be able to keep that pace up.
You just got to remember, I get that.
I do believe that there's if this has to happen as if Lambert drops and stuff.
He has to drop. But that's the only way it's happening, because in my draft, if I'm controlling every team to make a pick, Brad Lambert doesn't make it past probably pick 7 at max.
No, yeah.
For me, I kind of feel that way too.
And the only reason he's even that low is because I'm valuing the defensemen so high, both of them. So, no, I don't think he falls that far, unfortunately, in my world. But obviously, there's a real world out there where people don't rate Brad Lambert. I don't get it.
His draft stock has fallen this year.
I don't know why. I do. He's not played as good in the Liga, but what he did in the World Juniors for those 2 games and just the impact and the way he plays, I'm all in, man. Love that guy. But I guess I should probably tell you guys my team now. Hey, it's pretty well the same, but might as well. First line, we got Patrick Laine, Boone Jenner, Jakub Voracek. Second line, I got Texier, Roslovic, Bjorkstrand. Third line, I got Nyquist, Sillinger, Chinnikov. Fourth line, fourth line, I got Hagelin, Corelli, Eric Robinson. And then my 13th, 14th forwards, Emil Bemstrom and Liam Foudy. And then on
doesn't have Bemstrom and Foudy in the line.
They're gonna get lots of minutes. They're gonna get lots of minutes because Corelli's gonna come out of the lineup some games. Robinson will, Hagelin will here and there, Chinnikov will. Like all these guys will be out of the lineup here.
Yeah,
and there. So, first line defense. I don't know what position Bean plays the most. Does he play lefty or right D?
Left.
Who?
Jake Bean. I know he's a lefty.
Oh, he plays either side.
He plays either side.
Plays left,
I think he plays more left. I know he does play both sides, but
okay, I put him on the right because I have more lefty. But yeah, I went Werenski Bean, but I will change it to Werenski Peak if it doesn't work because that's been working this year. Gavrikov, Boquist, that is a great line, and then Bayreuther and Peak or Bean, whoever.
Yeah.
And then Garl.
Peak has been great this year.
He's been fantastic this year. I almost want to play him first line with Werenski because that's how he's been playing the past few weeks and been great. And then Gabriel Carlson's my 6th D man just to be there.
Guy's been really good. Solid defensively.
It's been all right. I'm a little disappointed in what I thought he could have been over the past years, but
I like him as a shutdown.
I saw him as a potential Lindgren type player.
Yeah, me too.
But unfortunately,
I saw a lot more out of him, but I do like what he offers.
Yeah, absolutely, as a depth guy. And then I got Elvis as my starting goalie with Tarsov and Berube as my backups.
Perfect.
Again, just want to progress the team forward and keep drafting. Keep getting better. Sillinger, get better. Chinnikov, get better. These young guys, that's all I want. I love this direction.
Ken Johnson?
I'm not. I didn't have him in. I want to.
Bemstrom,
okay.
No fucking Kent Johnson. No Foudy. Like who?
I want Ken Johnson in.
My favorite player.
I want Ken Johnson. Okay, in my world, Ken Johnson comes to the camp and is like gets 100 points in the first scrimmage game and lights up Elvis Merzlikins and shows that there's no way we can't take him. In fact, we already have to pay him money. That's why I want Johnson to do.
He's so good. The second he walks out the door, he's got a contract.
Yeah, he's so good. The second he walks in the door, Columbus has to lose him to arbitration because they'd be too good with him. That's how good I want Johnson.
Can't afford to pay what he is worth.
The reason I didn't put him in is because it's a year after his draft. Some teams are really weird about letting players play at 19. They like him to play at 20, 21, 22. So I'm just
it's not quite 10 years ago, but it is still weird.
I mean, I also thought Liam Foudy would be an all-day NHLer, or at least a lot closer than he is now. When I first saw him in the playoffs a few years ago, and look, he's still trying to get full-time ice. So
that's what I love about Columbus is they actually play their young guys.
They do.
Like they're not like, hey, you're up here for the rest of the year. It's like we're gonna play you for like this stint, and like that's it. Like they're going back down. Like that's just how. It is. Like,
for sure.
We do this. This is what we do. It gives you time to play in the NHL. Gives you some taste, and
I'm sure Johnson will get minutes in the NHL. I don't unless he's still playing in college and like playing with Michigan next year. He will probably play.
I'm wondering about him and Matty Beniers and Power and those guys.
Power will be in the NHL next year.
Power will be in the NHL.
I think he would have been this year.
I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. He wanted to play 1 year at Michigan. So, but yeah. Anyways, my Columbus team, like I said, just progression. Wait. Hopefully Chinnikov gets better. All these guys, these young guys. Texier, I'm giving him second line minutes. I'm expecting big things from him this year, especially in a contract year.
They might move him, hey?
I know. I was thinking about moving him, honestly, for a winger or a center.
He could be a fucking Swiss Army knife. Like, talk about, like, getting some compliment guy that somebody will have to retain or whatever at the deadline. Fuck that. Go get this cheap-ass motherfucker, Alexander Texier. Like,
and he's got a contract next year, too.
But, like, you have a contract
but that's fine.
Next year. He's probably still an RFA. Like,
yes, he is.
Oh, boy.
He's 22, 23 right now.
Like
I was thinking
Ham and Hagel must be at the top of these guys' lists when it comes to like actually like a serious
money saving deals to
help you win. Like that's a
I was looking at moving him
for those guys.
For a center. I was looking at him because I think he's got enough value to get a good center of it. But I didn't because I have right now I have Jenner, I've got Roslovic, I got Cole Sillinger, I got Liam Foudy coming up, I got Kent Johnson coming up. I'm sure I'm going to draft in the second round another center. I got 3 second-round picks. I'm sure 1 or 2 of them will be centers that down the road. So I just didn't feel like I needed that number 1 center now.
Fair enough.
Take a year or 2 to get better still, and then you might be amazing.
You said you took a D-man with that first pick?
Yes, I did. Ty Nelson.
What was the Ty Nelson? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen that guy.
8.5 NHL certainty.
Names, but I haven't really looked at any of them other than that Dayton Maychuk that's been with the Warriors.
I like him too. There's a couple guys. I've made like a half mock draft of 16 up to 16 right now of like set roughly of what I got, but there's a couple of guys. There's about 3 or 4 other defensemen after Nemec and Jurchek that are decent from around 10 to 25-ish probably. There's about 4 or 5. So yeah, I really like him. Like I said, I think he looks like a right-handed Jacob or a right-handed Torrey Krug potentially. So that would be dope. But anyways, that's all I got. You guys have anything else?
No, I love it.
No? Cool. Well, anyways, that's my Columbus team. My so beautiful. Nothing changing really much except paying everyone the monies and locking them down. Columbus Blue Jackets.
Your upward trajectory, right?
Yeah, and I'm locking down my core. That's what I want. And but anyways, go follow us on social medias on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at The Couch on Ice Podcast, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Peace.